probably going to have a few ins and outs, but...
That's all right. All right, we have Mark from Chimaira getting ready to play Rochester tonight.
Yeah, buddy.
There's only like a few more nights left on this tour, isn't there?
2, yeah, tonight and tomorrow. And then we're done. We've been out for a little over a month now.
What's next for you guys after this tour is done, or are you just waiting and see?
Well, we booked a few more dates for next month. We're going to be playing the Indianapolis Metal Fest, and then we're doing some dates in the Midwest surrounding that. Then we'll be heading overseas and doing some things in Puerto Rico, South America, and we'll probably go to Europe as well and do some more touring in the States. So just a lot of touring for the end of 2013 for sure.
Very cool. How has the response been for the new record with having the new lineup and everything?
It's been overwhelmingly positive. The biggest thing that I'm constantly hearing is how did we still manage to make it sound like the band that I grew up listening to with all different people. And I think a big part of that is because Chimaira's always been a band that has kind of blended the sounds of the individual and made a hybrid, and that's still happening. Everyone's just writing from their heart, and it kind of compiles together and forms, and that's really what it is. I mean, if you really listen to the instruments and know where the people that are coming from that are writing that material, you can tell it still sounds like Amel. You definitely know it's Austin, and so on and so on. But when it comes together, it creates that hybrid Chimaira sound that everyone is so accustomed to.
Very nice. Yeah, it's a very solid disc.
Awesome.
Now is this the second disc that they played on?
No, this is the first one.
First one?
Yeah.
Who did all the music on the Age of Hell album?
It was me, Rob, and our producer. So Rob was still, Rob and Matt were still in the band at the time, but Matt didn't really participate in the recording or writing process for that album. But so it was just kind of like Rob and I at the helms and doing our best to make an album when we had some lineup changes happen, like literally weeks before we were supposed to go in the studio. So we kind of had to come together and scramble, but we had done so much of the ground lifting before in the group that it really wasn't that difficult of a task. But this album is much different because there were 6 guys actively writing and actively participating and really putting a lot of effort and energy into it. So you're hearing something drastically different just based on the amount of input that was coming into it.
Very cool. Now you guys did a fan edition of the new album. For the bonus tracks and all that stuff that comes with the record, that's the only way that you can get those tracks?
Yes, that's correct. I'm sure that they've found their way on the internet by now and people can hear them, but the Indiegogo campaign that we made, and that was to produce and release the fan edition. Whether or not it'll go above and beyond that, I don't think so. We pretty much kept it exclusive. There are some extras we have because we had to order. There's like a limited pressing amount. If we only sold on the campaign like a little over 100 of the vinyl, but the minimum order is 400. So we will be selling the remainder of the vinyl and things like that. But
very cool.
Other than that, it's going to be pretty limited.
Is there going to be any more videos besides the 2 you've already released?
Yes, we're planning on doing another video, especially because one of the perks in the campaign that we did for Indiegogo was somebody could pay to be in the video and participate and be a character. So we definitely plan on doing that.
One of the fan questions I received was, if you could be in any band that was either current or broken up, who would it be?
It'd be sweet. I guess for a current band, it would be cool to play an instrument in the Deftones. I think they have such a vast, versatile catalog, and just always a fun time seeing that band. They're just a cool band, and I guess past it would be. My favorite band is Zeppelin, but what am I doing in that band? I have no idea. And any band either, besides my own. But I guess Zeppelin would be the old one.
Actually, one of my friends said that her daughter's birthday is the same day as yours, and she goes, "My daughter would like to shred with Chimaira at some point."
There you go. That's sweet.
Speaking of Deftones, didn't Stephen Carpenter play on your guys' first record on one of the tracks?
Yes, he did. Yeah, that was really sweet. He wrote and performed on the song Rizzo on
Nice.
our album Pass Out of Existence.
What's your stance on labels and how they support bands nowadays?
Well, I don't know what's going on with any other record label besides our own, but as far as our own is concerned, E1, everything's been really cool. I mean, we're in a different landscape in the music industry. It's very wild, wild west. I'm sure you've heard that before, but it's very true. And our philosophy with E1 is to work together and try to navigate this terrain the best that we can. We realize that we're in business together and we're both aiming for the same goals. And I think in the past, when the music industry started to shift, it's hard to have that perceptive because you're watching things kind of start to crumble and you're like, you have this automatic response to start trying to blame or figure it out how it happened, but instead of figuring out how the industry got happened or complain about it or sit and dwell about it, I've shifted all my focus for the past couple of years to just Chimaira. Like, what are we doing? I don't care what the industry's doing. I don't care what the other bands are doing. It's non-existent to us in our world. Our world is create music, go on tour, play for fans, end of discussion. Labels are there to help us, and if they're not, there will be other means.
Is there any band that, if you could tour with them right now, who would it be? You know, like as having like Chimaira either open or do a co-headline tour with?
Yeah, it'd be great to open up for Five Finger Death Punch. They're big fans, and it was we toured with them a little bit on Mayhem, and I've known Ivan for over 10 years now. And
going back to the Motograder days?
Yeah, exactly. We toured with Motograder in 2003 on Ozfest, and a bunch of off dates with them and whatnot. And Chris, the bass player, just came out, flew out to our LA show, which was really cool. So I think that would be an awesome band to team up with. They have a history of taking out heavy bands like us, so that would be really cool.
Actually, remember seeing, first time I ever saw Chimaira, you guys played Darien Lake on Ozfest.
Yeah,
And
that was a great one.
And Possibility of Reason, you guys were touring behind that, and you guys blew me away live.
Yeah.
It was like, you guys and Cradle of Filth were like what I was looking forward to that day.
Perfect. Yeah, that was a fun tour. It was one of the best tours ever.
Actually, one of the other things I heard, where'd you get the influence for the All There Is Blood video? Because I heard you guys say that you got it from like some movie or something.
Yeah, there's a movie called Beyond the Black Rainbow, and it's like a sci-fi late night Netflix type movie, but it's a really cool movie, visually stunning and very cerebral, very dark. And there's a scene in the movie where they dose the main character with high amounts of hallucinogenics, and he like dips into this black goo and comes back reborn, and that influence was very prominent in the lyrical content and in the before I saw the movie. So when I saw the movie, I was like, whoa, that's kind of touching on some of the lyrical content, and that scene looks so cool. Maybe it would be cool instead of black and white and some black mysterious goo, we could do something, our own take on that, make it with blood and kind of go along with the song. And it was fun to make. We did it in my garage. Made a big tubs of blood.
Who did you record Crown of Phantoms with? Did you do it all yourselves? Did you go with Ben again, or what?
Yeah, we recorded Crown with Ben as well. Yeah, this is the 6th thing he's done. It's fifth out of our 7 records that he's done.
Yeah.
Rock did Pass Out, and Sukov did Resurrection. The rest have been Ben.
Yeah, let's see. Resurrection, that's the one with Empire on it, right?
Correct.
I'd be stoked if you guys ever played that live.
We used to play live. It's not on this current tour cycle, but it's a song that we do play live.
Yeah, well, actually it was on the live DVD you guys did,
Yeah,
the Christmas show.
Yep.
Very cool. I think that's all I got for right now.
No problem.
And thank you very much for your time.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it.